Yo, Hegassen here, and thank you for tuning in to my anime episode review of anime episode 927. I'm on my anime catch-up. I fell a little bit behind. Well, I didn't really fall behind. I'm even at the moment with the anime because I only did one review last week. So I've got to make up for it this weekend. I've got a little bit of time off, so I'm going to get a few episodes. Thank you for tuning in. This episode, like I said, was 927. Pandemonium! But it wasn't really Pandemonium until the end of this episode. It was a lot slower paced, this episode. It took its time. It only dealt with a few things. Started off with Chopper and Big Mum on the beach. Chopper was in full like Usopp mode, doing his Usopp impression, acting a little bit cowardly. It was a little bit annoying, but it was really funny, their interactions. But the most of this episode dealt with Orochi. And Orochi giving his big speech, his big moment up there on the stage, telling his story about the Kozuki and the rebirth, the reappearance of the Kozuki after 20 years. Lady Toki's poem, the 9 red scabbards, the Akazawa 9, coming for his head, coming for Kaido's head. Kinemon, the genius, he was speaking truths, facts, basically explaining the plot of Wano, and nobody in the crowd believed them. I really loved this. If Orochi was in the modern day age, he would be a YouTuber. He would be a One Piece theorist. He'd be the person who had the theories way back at the beginning and nobody was believing him. But he just kept saying it over and over again, video after video, letting it out, waiting for that big moment, you know. Crocodile is Luffy's mama. Shanks is evil. And no one believes him. I love it because it shows that even though he's the Shogun and everyone will like blindly follow him, doesn't mean they actually have to believe in anything that he says. So, you know, he might be like, the Kozuki are coming, we have to prepare. And all of his men are like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that, boss. We'll do that, boss. Hey, do you want to go to the pub? Yeah, let's go pub. Like, and it explains why everything's a little bit more lax. You know, all of the defenses in Wano are a little bit more lax, you know, because nobody believes Orochi. They just think he's like a crazy old man believing in crazy old stories when he's not. He's believing in the truth. This stuff is actually happening. It's happening right now because you got Robin there in the room working for Kinemon, the genius. So I love that. You know, it adds layers to the enemy side. It shows that the enemy side isn't perfect and that there is, you know, different views, different voices of opinion in there as well. So good stuff, and it's obviously now going to build to the moment where Orochi is proven to be right and how his subordinates are going to act when that happens. So really good stuff. You've got poor little though Otoko. She's going around the crowds and she can see that everybody is ignoring Orochi, laughing at him, kind of like you know, sniggering, trying to keep in the laughs. And in the end, she can't take it anymore and she just has to let it out. She gets caught in the giggle loop. You know, once you start laughing, they just come out, and she starts laughing, she starts cracking up, and Orochi doesn't take kindly to that because, like I said, he's the Shogun. What he says is the truth, and even if you don't believe it, you still got to pay respect to that. So poor Otoko is in the firing line of Orochi because she's an innocent little girl. She doesn't know any difference. And Orochi goes in, and the tension build-up was really good in this episode. They did a fantastic job at building up that tension towards that moment. And then when it gets to that moment, you also have the added layer of Komurasaki standing up, and she walks over and she goes in for the slap, the big Komurasaki redemption moment. Beautifully animated. I love how the sound effects change. I love how the animation style changes, and you just see her standing there in front of Orochi. Done really well. You can feel the tension in the room. You can feel the atmosphere of, uh-oh, this is bad. First the kid, and now this. We're in a very bad situation here. And then starts to build up again. Is Orochi going to kill Komurasaki? And you see the transformation of his devil fruits. The multiple heads appear, and that was done beautifully as well. Orochi's devil fruit reveal. I've said previously that I didn't like how they did Kaido's devil fruit reveal and King's devil fruit reveal in the anime, because you see them transform. You see them go from their human form into their zone form, and I think that didn't work for them, but it does work for Orochi. And the reason why is because with King and with Kaido, you didn't know what their devil fruit was. So when it was in the manga and the first thing you see is them in their devil fruit, you're like, whoa, King is a Pteranodon, Kaido's a dragon. But with Orochi, even in the manga and here in the anime, you'd seen teasers of it. You knew that Orochi was a multi-headed dragon. You just didn't know what the actual dragon looked like. So seeing him transform into that, you know, you already had that build up of he's a multi-headed dragon, so you see him slowly building up and you get that kind of build up tension as to what his final form is going to look like. So I think it works better here. So I really enjoyed it. It looked good. I like the colouring of it. I'm glad it's not like bright pinks and oranges and whatnot, but I like that the middle head is a slightly different colour. It looked really cool. It kind of looked like a painting at times as well. It also ended with Kyoshiro standing up and drawing his sword. Got me on the edge of my seat. Cannot wait for the next episode. Perfect hype build up episode, and on its own a very good episode as well. Like I said, not a lot happened, but it took its time and I appreciated it. Therefore, I'm going to give this episode a gold tier. But I'm not done yet because I have to talk about some manga spoilers. So if you're anime only, thank you very much for watching. You might want to tune out now because I am going to get into some manga spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got to talk about Komurasaki and Kyoshiro, Denjiro and Hiyori. Because what I love about this is we know who they are, but going back you see this episode and you can see the hints of it here. And I really appreciated those moments, like when Orochi mentioned Kinemon, you see a little smirk on Denjiro's face. When Orochi mentions Oden, you see a bit of concern, a bit of sadness on Hiyori's face. And just throughout it, you keep seeing those moments when Orochi had his arm around Denjiro. You know, Denjiro, he had his head down. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. He looked very uncomfortable. He didn't look like he was enjoying Orochi's company. So that was beautiful. And you could see he was really enjoying the madness, the pandemonium, as he put it, as this episode is called, build up. And in the end, kind of like Otoko, he couldn't hold it in anymore, and he just lets it all out. And he's really awesome. He's really, really awesome. I really love Kyoshiro Denjiro, my favourite character, new character so far in Wano, in both the manga and the anime. And I'm glad that we get to see a lot more of him in the anime, because we didn't get to see too much of him in the manga. The anime is doing a fantastic job with Kyoshiro Denjiro. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!